Ya saben quién es.
What's up, folks? We are back for another local talk show episode. I am your host, The Core. We are in season 2. Before we kick things off, I would like to send a huge shout out to our creative director and sponsor, Rooftop York. He also happens to be your local producer. The man wears many hats. On today's episode, we have a special guest who goes by the name of Telly. I don't know much about her, but I do intend on learning some things. I'm going to dive deep into her background, get a bit of her history, check out her artistry. Not only that, I'll be diving deep into her streams and check out how she's projecting her image to her audience. If you can't tell, I've been in the gym. I lost a little weight. And if you haven't gotten yourself in the gym, I appreciate it if you did. It's good for your mental health. Without further ado, we're going to take a break and check out some of Telly's tunes. Stay tuned.
Dale pare, no me hablen, no me llamen. Ahora que me ponga Q, notification dejemos el mute. ¿Qué pasa por mí en la fiesta? Nos vamos con Telly y su crew. El culote fuera, pa' que lo vean.
What's up, folks? We are back. Without further ado, I want to introduce you to Telly. Telly, come join us.
Appreciate you. Wait, let me hop in this chair real quick.
Thanks
you
for
so much.
being here. We appreciate you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to
I'm
meet
the Core.
Hell yeah. Oh, can I say? Well, can I cuss at all?
No, it's good.
Okay.
You're good.
Yeah,
You're
nice
good.
to meet you. Thank you so much for
You're good.
allowing me to come here today. And yeah, I'm excited.
Absolutely. So you want to introduce yourself to the audience?
Yeah, my name is Telly. Look at that one or down here?
Doesn't matter.
All right, my name is Telly. I'm one of Denver's top versatile Latin artists. My sounds go from alternative hip hop to reggaeton, cumbia, trap, and all that. Yeah. Gotcha. Do you want me to say it again, or was that?
Yeah, do that again.
Okay.
Start off.
My name is Telly. I'm one of Denver's top versatile Latin artists. My sound goes from alternative hip hop to reggaeton, cumbia, trap, even pop punk. Yeah, I've been making music for about like 6 or 7 years, and it's my passion, and I love it. Yeah.
Absolutely. What made you want to begin to start making music?
Man, so as a child, I've always just had a passion for music. I've always struggled with communicating and just really expressing the way that I feel, and I always found some form of connection through sound. So I grew up like in band. I loved orchestra. I wasn't allowed to listen to rap music when I was younger, so I listened to a lot of like rock and stuff. Yeah.
Absolutely. So are you a native of Colorado or?
No, I've been here for 16 years, but I call it my home. I moved around so much as a child, and Colorado was just the one place that I stayed in the longest. So I'm like, that's why I say I'm based out of Denver. Yeah.
Absolutely. That's, well, I mean, yeah, that's good. That's good to know.
Yeah.
I thought that you were a native of Colorado.
No.
No?
I was born in Washington. From there, went to South America, Colombia. That's where my whole family's from. From there, went to Finland to Springfield, Illinois. And then when I was 14, I moved out here to Denver, Colorado.
Oh, so Colombia. So
Yeah.
is that,
I'm Colombian, yeah.
is that the cocaína?
La cocaína.
Ah, the
Good stuff.
ultimate.
You know what I'm saying? And not that we do it over here, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, you gotta keep it discreet. So, do you write your lyrics, or how does that work?
Yeah. So my English stuff, I write all myself. My Spanish stuff, I actually write with my mom. Just because I'm not fully fluent with it when it comes to like actually making run-on sense. I write it with her because I want to make sure it makes sense. And I also like to have that Columbian slang in there too, at least dialect, you know what I'm saying? Because people from Mexico, they have their own different slangs versus Colombians or someone from Venezuela and all that stuff.
Absolutely. So, okay, so you have your mom help you with your Spanish lyrics.
I do.
Absolutely. So when you're writing or you want to say something, do you say, "Excuse me, Mom"?
Yeah, so the way the process works when I'm actually going to write a new Latin song tomorrow with my mom. So we sit down together. I already have a melody. So I have the beat, and then I have a melody, and I kind of tell her what I want the song to be about. So I sing the melody to her, and then I'm like, all right, help me write, like translate this in Spanish, and then that's how we go from there. And then I'll add some English on there too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what if you cuss?
In Spanish or in English?
It doesn't matter. Like when you're writing your songs and your mom's translating what you want to say
Oh
from
my
English.
gosh, my
When you
mom.
cuss, like how does that work?
Man, my mom's like, why do you gotta say this? I'm like, Ma, just help me out. Just help me out. She's like, but you don't have to be like this. I was like, Mom, I swear just come on. I'm the artist. You're the writer, the co-writer. So come on.
So she's cool like that.
Yeah, she'll tell me this, that, but she'll do it. Yeah.
Absolutely. So coming up with your mom, you start writing. She helps you write, and you're from Colombia.
I was born in the States, so I always say I'm a Colombiana Americana.
Absolutely. Yeah. So what is that like for you? Your background being Colombia and being in the States.
I think honestly, the hardships that I kind of ran into was when I lived in Springfield, Illinois. Back then, it was very Caucasian dominant. Like, I was the second non-white kid in school, and I dealt with like a lot of racism in that sense. And actually growing up, before I moved to Colorado, I always wish I was white. I would tell my parents, like, I would get home from school and I'd be like, I hate that I'm Colombian. I wish I was white. And it's so sad. It was sad for my parents, and I never understood why. And then once we moved to Colorado, and so I went to Overland High School in Aurora. And I remember for orientation, I pulled up to the school and I was there for orientation, and I look around and I see so many, I see black people, I see Hispanics. I felt so comfortable in my skin and I felt so happy. So when we came to Colorado, I just felt more comfortable in my skin versus Illinois. Yeah. So if any hardships that I dealt with being like Colombian, I would say was more in Illinois. But aside from that, here, I feel very welcomed.
Absolutely. Yeah. So Springfield is a suburb in Illinois. So you didn't really go to Chicago, that part?
No. So we would just, Chicago was like 3 hours away, but we would travel out there just to travel. They had some Hispanic food out there, so that's the only reason my family would take us out there. But no, I never went to school in Chicago at all.
How is that going from Springfield to Chicago culturally for you? Because Chicago's rough.
That's real different. We were kind of taught to be very distant with certain races as well. Just because it was actually, now that you mention it, was just very different. You're right. It was going from the suburbs to Chicago. And my parents would always just be like, just stay close, look down if you see anything weird. Yeah, I swear to God.
Of course.
Yeah, and just
hide
walk
your
past.
jewelry.
Yeah. But I never, as a child, I just never paid attention to that as much. I was just like, oh, okay, here's a big city.
Yeah. Did you hear any shots being,
Never, not back then. No, thankfully, my parents would have took us out ASAP if we were around any area like that. We were just more in like the tourist areas in Chicago when we would go. We would go to St. Louis a lot when family would come to go see the Ark, the Ark and stuff. It'd be dope.
Yeah, absolutely. So you started writing when you got here, or?
Yeah, so I started music like I started out as a producer. 18, I wanted to be an EDM producer. I was so into like the EDM industry, and I wanted to be a DJ, all this, and then I transitioned over from EDM to trap when I was like 20, 21. Started making some like trap beats, and then I decided at like 23, 24 to put some vocals behind it. I was always scared to even just get behind the mic because I have bad anxiety and I just didn't want negative feedback. But then I was just like, fuck it, let me try it out. And ever since then, yeah.
Absolutely. That's great news. Well, you guys, this is Telly. We got a bit of her background. We're going to take a break. And when we come back from break, we're going to dive deep into Telly's image, her artistry, and also her streams. Be back quickly.
El culo de fuera, pa' que lo vean. Uña cromeada 3D, siempre me chulé. Cuando andamos bien suelta, peligrosa PNG. Somos las mechas de la Tari. Controlamos el clima de la party. Se escuchan los gritos de la party. Tirando humazos de la Mari. La fría champaña en la Jerry. Los shooters en el bolso de Fendi. Los labios tan glossy, soy shiny. Sorry, deja tu mensaje, baby. Ey, baby. Vamos a la calle, vamos a la calle. Para disfrutar el party. No me hablen, no me llamen. Vamos a la calle, vamos a la calle. Para disfrutar el party. No me hablen, no me llamen.
What's up, folks? We are back and we are live with Telly. I had the opportunity to check out your Spotify, and your latest release was Gremlins. You want to touch on that?
Yeah, so I released Gremlins, I believe it was May 3rd. It was like a quick release. I didn't really do much like marketing on it. I've had that song for almost about a year, and I was like, it's always my intro song whenever I perform. So I always have dancers typically perform with me, and so I have them dance to that song, and I've been performing that for months. So I was like, I should just release a song since people get hyped with it, and I released it then, and that's my latest release so far. And then I'm gonna release another single next month or this month. Yeah,
absolutely. So as far as the streaming for Gremlins go, how are you working that out?
So I just typically, the way that I market is just through Instagram, social media, and as well as like performing when people hear it. I was gonna say, I think my biggest or strongest marketing strategy or platform that I really use or utilize is Instagram. That's usually where I really connect with supporters and fans and all that stuff.
Absolutely. Have you taken the time to go through the actual Spotify for artists and how to properly release your music?
So when I send my singles out through like the distribution that I go through, I know that with Spotify, you typically, like that first week when you first submit it, it allows you to kind of submit it to playlist, but like the Spotify playlist. Unfortunately, I haven't gotten placed on like a legit Spotify playlist just yet. Hopefully soon, but that's the only thing that I really noticed with Spotify that you can do.
Yeah. Have you checked out the marquee, the running campaigns on Spotify?
Oh, no, I haven't.
You can run campaigns for your music on Spotify. Marquee.
Marquee, really? Okay.
Yeah.
No, I have no idea what
you
that
have
is.
to go through the Spotify for Artists platform to check it out.
Okay. Yeah, I'll check it out. Thanks.
So as far as you're performing your latest release, and your streaming goes on that, you haven't like driven it in a different direction to, I guess, reach an audience.
No, I mean, like, right now I am in the works with working with another studio. It's like my home studio that I go to. I go through Dream Space. And so we're actually going to partner up, and they're going to help me with my marketing, social media presence, and some other things. So I think they're going to hopefully help me on that sense, because I do lack with what you're asking me right now. It's like my strong suit is just really social media marketing, and that can only get you so far. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of artists lack in that category when it comes to those things. And the best way to get in tune with those types of things is just researching it on your own. I mean, no one has the right answer, no one has the wrong answer.
Sure.
But if you just do the research and take the time to figure it out on your own, you can definitely garner your music to an audience that reaches far beyond Instagram. I mean, like I said, Spotify and the artist platform that they let you use to dive into your streams and see where you're streaming at, which countries and stuff, they allow you to do that, but you just have to take the time to, work that out.
Sure.
So as far as your image, what type of image do you project to your audience? Like, how do you carry yourself? Like, what is your message? In addition to that, like, what do you expect to come from your message?
Yeah, so if you really listen to my music, like you'll hear a mixture of both, like, talking like, I'm a badass, hype stuff, but I also mix in a lot of my personal emotions in a sense of like anxiety and trauma. So I'm a huge mental health advocate. I believe mental health is real. It doesn't discriminate sex, age, or anything like that. So I really try to connect in that sense, but also I like to represent myself as a very strong, independent woman who's very openly gay, and a Latina as well too. Yeah. So right now my audience it's more of the younger generation mixed with a little bit Latinos. Yeah.
Absolutely. So you're a gay Latino.
I'm a lesbian. Yeah. I'm a lesbian. Yeah.
Lesbian.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's not use gay, but gay.
I mean, that's kind of how I grew up, knowing, like, I know gay is for males and lesbian is for women, but that's how I grew up knowing. And I know, I mean, sometimes they consider themselves queer, and, there's other terms for it, but for me, sometimes I'll just say gay, but I'm a lesbian, full-on lesbian.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in your autobiography, does it say that you're a lesbian Latina rapper or just a Latin?
Versatile Latin artist.
Okay,
yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
So you don't categorize yourself when you put your image out there as, hey guys, I'm lesbian, check out my dildo.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
No, not at all, because I don't think I need to.
Yeah.
I mean, if people want to know, cool. I mean, I think if they look at me, they kind of automatically sometimes assume that I think she might be into women. And if you think I'm into men, then okay, cool. But I also don't want to I don't like putting myself in a box either.
Absolutely.
That's why I like to say I'm a versatile artist, because one, that's just how I am. Like, my personality, I get bored easily. So I like to try different things all the time, and it kind of shows through my music too. But yeah, I just like being part of I don't want to just completely box myself out as like, oh, she's a LGBTQ artist. It's like, no, I'm beyond that, you know?
Absolutely.
I'm just a female artist, versatile Latin artist. Yeah.
So if a DJ wanted to hit you and ask you, would you represent the face for, let's say, Pride in June with your music? Would you be willing to do that?
Of course, I would.
Absolutely.
Yeah, of course. I actually just did a Pride show on Sunday on my birthday, and that was my first Pride show. And then I have another one on June 21st at the Dahlia, Denver. And yeah, so I'm excited.
Well, happy late birthday.
Thank you.
So you're a...
Gemini.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. Crazy as hell.
There's something. So as far as your sound goes, I had a chance to check out a few of your songs. They sound like it's a bit popish.
Sure.
Yeah, so you want to elaborate on your pop sound? I know you spoke about trap previously, but what about the pop?
Which songs are you kind of considering pop?
Gremlins.
Gremlins? I would say that's more of kind of like a hard trap-ish vibe instead of pop. But with that one was just more fun to me.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. It's kind of
it's just like fun, hard. I was feeling hard when I was writing it and I heard the beat. But yeah, no, I always use that one for my intro, for my set, and my dancers love it. I love it. The crowd loves it as well. And yeah, that's really what that song was about. Nothing special. What's really special, a project that I released was my first Latin project that is called Para el Mundo. That one really opened up a lot of doors for me here in Colorado. Last month, I had 2 of my songs from that EP getting played on 8 different stations in Colorado, radio stations.
That's great.
Yeah, Caprichosa and Botellas. So that project itself is very special to me, not only because it was my first Latin project, but again, because I wrote it with my mom, and she's actually fighting stage 4 terminal cancer right now. And so that project is very special to me, because whenever she's not here with us, I can always go back and listen to the beautiful art we created together.
Oh, shout out Telly's mom.
Yeah, shout out
I
my
hope
mama.
you heal, and I hope you guys are healing together.
Yeah, thank you.
So when you said you got placed on 8 different radio stations, did you get any of the royalties from that?
So I did license them through ASCAP. Is that that's correct? Yeah. So I think that takes like 3 to 4 months, I believe, for it to go through. So I assume I will. But as for right now, I'm not entirely sure. Yeah.
You didn't hook up with Nielsen SoundScan?
No.
Do you know about Nielsen SoundScan?
Mm-mm.
That's radio broadcasting waves. That's how they track your streams to get paid from the radio.
I'll have to get this information from you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, I'm informative. Yeah. So Nielsen SoundScan, you register your songs with the sound broadcasting waves, and they track
Interesting.
your music, and you get paid your royalties from sound waves.
Okay. Cool.
From broadcasting, actually.
I thought ASCAP would help with, like, I thought once you registered it there, I thought that would, dang.
BMI and ASCAP is just a music library where you register your songs.
Don't be
and
like
it's just
me.
yeah, you guys got to get your SHIT together. I won't cuss, but yeah, there's a lot of information that a lot of artists don't know about that is very informative to help you get along the way.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. I'll definitely get that information from you.
Yeah,
for
definitely.
Sure.
You can also talk to Roof. He's very informative when it comes to things like that as well.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so.
See, that's kind
that
of why I've been trying to build a team, and that's why I think with what I was just telling you, I'm going to do this partnership with the studio I typically go to, is because I am lacking in this. And I know you can educate yourself on it, but I think it's like stuff like that. I didn't even know. I thought I did educate myself by just, hey, let me do BMI, ASCAP. I should be good, and clearly I'm not.
You got to go further than just the Instagram. You got to go further than just your streams. You know what I mean? Like, you got to set yourself apart from what everyone else is doing and what everybody else has going on. Like, you have to learn how to set yourself apart. Like, what's your image? Like, your gimmick? Do you even know anything about a gimmick? Like, what's your gimmick?
I don't know what you're like really asking.
Don't trip, I got you. So, like, Wiz Khalifa, he smokes weed.
Yeah.
That's Wiz Khalifa's gimmick.
Oh, I see what you're saying. That's a great question. What's my gimmick? I don't know. Honestly, that's more of a question I'd have to ask my listeners.
No, you have that answer yourself. Check it out. So why do you wear that Band-Aid on your nose?
It represents mental health and trauma.
Right. So that's your gimmick. That could be one of your gimmicks.
For sure.
Why do you have that chain on?
Because I like it.
Right. You can use it as a gimmick. That's a part of your image. You know what I mean?
Gotcha,
your hat. You know what I mean? Like, whatever you come with that's not affiliated with your music, that's your gimmick. You can play on that to win your audience over or win people.
For
you
sure.
know what I mean? So use those things.
I'm getting educated, y'all.
Yeah,
hey, I appreciate it. I'm getting educated.
Education, and not only for education to put people in a hot seat. You know what I mean? Let's go on a break.
Cromiada 3D, siempre me chulé. Cuando andamos bien suelta, peligrosa PNG. Somos las mechas de la Atari. Controlamos el clima de la party. Se escuchan los gritos de la party. Tirando humazos de la Mari. La fría champaña en la Jerry. Los shooters en el bolso de Fendi. Los labios tan glossy, soy shiny. Sorry, deja tu mensaje, baby. Ey, baby. Vamos a la calle, vamos a la calle. Para disfrutar el party. No me hablen, no me llamen. Vamos a la calle, vamos a la calle. Para disfrutar el party. No me hablen, no me llamen.
Pues ya saben quién es, la colombiana americana. Telly, yeah. Moniz, Uno, dos.
What's up, folks? We're back and live, still here with Telly. I wanted to ask you, I went to Google you and I couldn't find you with your specific name.
Okay.
Also, we went on Spotify to look for you and there was multiple Tellys. So have you went and Googled yourself or went to your Spotify to see how you can separate yourself from other individuals that might have your name?
So I've definitely ran into that same issue, and I've seen people have typed it in, they're like, oh, I can't find you. So unfortunately for me, what I've had to do or tell others is just write my artist name and then put also like the name or a title of one of my songs. So like the Telly Botellas or Telly Gremlins. But I would like to know how I could fix that, because I did see there was other Tellys, unfortunately, that other artists that have taken that name as well.
Right.
And I don't want to add another like Telly so-and-so or Telly Denver. I don't want to do that.
Right. So I guess what I'm going to say now is that your listeners or your fans or your viewers or your supporters shouldn't have to do that.
Right.
Like, if you are out and about and you're doing your thing, who are you? Your music's great. Google me. You know what I mean? They should be able to go straight to you and find all of your things.
I agree.
Yeah, so maybe work on that as well.
Okay.
Before we get out of here, I wanted to let you know that I went to your YouTube too. And I couldn't again type in Telly. I had to type in Telly topic in order to find you. Have you claimed your Spotify through DistroKid or TuneCore?
Yes, I have. Through DistroKid I did. And I also claimed my YouTube through them as well. That's like the distributor that I go through.
Yeah, so maybe like when you release, maybe DistroKid releases your tunes as just a topic. So maybe email YouTube and let them know to put your releases on your actual page.
Okay.
So they'll be in, you know how you go to your community on YouTube, you'll have your videos, your lives, your shorts, and then it'll have your releases.
Gotcha, for
so
sure.
Tell YouTube to let YouTube know to get your releases to your actual page.
Yeah.
So your viewers won't have to search for you and put extra things to find you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Do you have any suggestions for the Spotify one?
Are you a verified artist on Spotify?
I am a verified artist, but like he said, there's a lot, unfortunately. Tellys. Yeah.
You got to go.
I don't know. I got to figure something out for that one.
You got to.
Because I agree with you guys for sure. Yeah.
definitely figure that out. And then, after we get done doing this, maybe get with Rooftop and see if he has some more information for you. I'm sure he does have some information to feed you to, get you more substantiated as an artist, not just an artist. Because being an artist is just, hey guys, I make music. Here's my link. You know what I mean? But when you want to substantiate yourself, you want to have all your ducks in a row. You know what I mean? So maybe get with Rooftop and, see how that can get affiliated or you can facilitate that. Is there anything you would like your viewers to know, your fans, your supporters, or your family?
Thank you so much for always supporting me and showing love. You can follow me on Instagram, Telly_Denver. I will be releasing new singles almost every month. I got a bunch of things in the works right now that is just kind of in the hush-hush. I do have an upcoming show June 21st at the Dahlia Denver. It's a Pride show. And I'm super excited for what the future holds, and thank you so much for having me today.
Absolutely. We appreciate you for coming. Before you get out of here, I want to gift you with one of Rooftop's
I get a
hats.
What?
Yeah,
Period.
Absolutely. Go ahead and show that off. Yeah. Shout out Rooftop. And also a Local Social shirt.
Hey,
you feel me? This is, you're the third person with one. You know what I mean?
Y'all are hooking a girl up.
Yeah. Go ahead and get your Local Social and Rooftop gear. Absolutely.
Cool. Appreciate y'all. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you for coming.
I appreciate you educating me and just putting me in the hot seat because I was like, I didn't even know.
Absolutely.
Honestly, I'm over here like, I'm getting radio play, and they taking my money.
Right. Damn. You ain't even getting your money. You're putting your money out there.
Yeah.
Because you're chasing your dreams, but you're not even getting your money in. Yeah. Regardless if it's just a penny or not, or 9 cents.
No, I agree 100% with you.
It's still yours. You know what I mean? So claim everything.
Shoot.
Without further ado, folks, you have tuned in to the Local Talk Show. I am your host, The Core. We kicked it live with Telly. You already know we sponsored by Rooftop. Peace. Oh, hold on. If it ain't Loco, L-O-C-O, it ain't Loco, L-O-C-A-L. Out.
Uña cromeada 3D, siempre me chulé. Cuando andamos bien suelta, peligrosa PNG. Somos las mechas de la Atari. Controlamos el clima de la party. Se escuchan los gritos de la party.
Sponsored by Rooftop Sound Studios.